Hello guys, this is Spicy and this is a review on the Hot Toys Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe Retaliation. This figure is from Hot Toys movie masterpiece line and it's done with collaboration with Paramount Studios and licensed by Hasbro. This figure originally retailed for about $270 US at the time of its release in 2013. Right now you can probably find a figure anywhere between $350 to $450. I think it's probably eventually going to end up being like $500. Brand new, that is. I guess a used one will probably go for around 400 plus, something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. Now, I had this figure for a while. I just decided finally to open it and review it. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the some of its accessories real quick. Obviously, we got the stand. These are the old style Hot Toy stands. And yeah, a lot of companies are, I think Hot Toys must have sourced like their stands from another generic, company that made these saddle style stands for 1/6 scale figures, because these are actually quite common. They run anywhere between like $5 to $10. So yeah, once again, all they did is print the label right there, print the name, print the copyright information. And yeah, and these are adjustable. So basically it's just this rod right there and the figure just sit on top of it. It's a very simple design, but it's super effective. And I really like that. Anyway, and let's see. We have some hand options here. We have two right open hands right here. Got the simple open hand right here. And then we got this one right here. I think this one is designed specifically for like, throwing daggers. So, if he wants to like throw a dagger like that, you can do that. That's actually really nice. And speaking of the dagger, there's actually two of these throwing knives. It's very nicely done. It's actually made of metal. It's like metal and then the grip is made of rubber. So, yeah, that's pretty good. And it's not super sharp, so you won't have to worry about cutting yourself on it. Yeah. It is a little bit sharp, so you want to be careful, but it's not super sharp. And unfortunately, this one doesn't look super perfect. I see some flaws right there. And the actually, I think it's just chrome. Yeah, it's not metal, it's chrome. And this one might need to use a touch-up. I know Hot Toys figure has been getting better and better over the years. So this is like, this is from 2013. So anyway, the quality have gone a bit better after 5 years. And let's go ahead and take a look at more hand options first. So we got two of these gripping hands. Obviously, I think these are meant for the katanas. So we have a katana right here that he can hold on to on the right hand, like so. Very nice. And yeah, this katana is actually really nice. This one is actually made of metal this time. And it's painted. And we also got the his clan emblem. I think his clan is called the Arashikage. Correct me if I'm wrong. The only thing I know about Snake Eyes is that he's a guy who doesn't talk. And yeah, even the original cartoon, he's a very mysterious character. I think my favorite episode, the original G.I. Joe cartoon, was this episode called The Sword of Destiny or something, and there's like overkill in it. Man, I watched that episode so many times. It was ridiculous. It's like Storm Shadow, and then there's a Snake Eyes like having some really ridiculous dialogue. Anyway, and then now we got another one of these knife throwing hands right here. Very nice. For the left hand, so he can do that. So two of these knife throwing hands, and they're not identical. This one, you can see there's some slight variations between the left and right hand, so I like that. And we talk about the gripping hand, and we have two closed fists. One is already attached to the figure, and the other one's right here. Also 2 open hands, one's already attached to the figure. Right there. And we also have 2 trigger fingers to hold his guns. So that's very nice. And the figure does come with a spare extra 2 of these for the hand. These pegs, just in case you lose them or break them. And it's very simple. You just plug this part in. Now just be aware that once you plug these parts in there, it does take a little bit of work to get them out. So yeah, depends on, you know, if you're gonna like display your figure, you might want to be more patient when trying to take these out, because they give you extras just in case they break. So yeah, it's probably because of people use excessive force. So we have the gripping hand right here, and he can use it to grab onto his MP7 submachine gun by Heckler and Koch. Right there, that's very cool. There we go. Got the sliding stock right here, and the vertical grip right there. Now, I am a little bit disappointed with this weapon actually. Let me show you why I'm a little bit disappointed with this thing. I thought this thing has like more gimmicks, but unfortunately, the sight is molded in, so you cannot flip out the front and rear sight. This EOTech holographic sights all molded onto the top rail, so you cannot, you know, swap it out. You can't like customize this weapon. You cannot remove the silencer, and the rail system are also glued in, so you can't really like, you know, take the rails off, and you cannot take the flashlight off. So that's a little bit disappointing, and no working fire selector, and no working charging handle. The only thing that's functional is the sliding stock and the vertical grip, and you can remove the magazine and this bullet in there. Now this is like something that's made in 2016, 2017, 2018. You have all the gimmicks. You have removable front sights, removable top rail, removable, actually no, the top rail is probably molded onto the upper receiver, removable sight system, and the rail and all the flashlight should be removable too, and possibly fire selector function. Yeah, these 1/6 scale figures, accessories just getting more and more advanced every year, and other companies are just playing catch up. So yeah, they have gotten better, but unfortunately this thing is from 2013. I think it's still pretty good for what it is. It is actually missing, like, you know, painted details like the fire selection and stuff like that. Would be nice if they actually put that into this weapon, but you know what, to be honest, it's not bad. Okay, so that's that. Now what's really cool for this figure is that his gun here is actually a lot better than the submachine gun. Here we have his USP right here, very nice. Actually no, this is not USP, this is the FN FiveSeven. So this is the one that uses the FiveSeven armor piercing round, similar to the one from the P90. And this is very nice. You can actually cock the slide, and the slide will slide forward. So there's like a little spring action in there. So that's really nice. And there's also a hammer right here. Unfortunately, the safety doesn't work. The trigger doesn't work. But you can remove the magazine. So yeah, single stack FiveSeven. And I think they even get the bullet right. It's kind of look like a FiveSeven. Sort of. The newer guns, I think the ones that are like made in 2018 by various other companies, you can actually remove the bullets. So that's a very nice attention to detail right there. But yeah, this one does have a rail system too, so it's pretty good. For like a 5-year-old toy, I think this is pretty good. Okay, and then the FiveSeven can be stored in the holster right here. Very nice. Held in there very securely like that. On this side right here, we have again one of his other throwing knives, and it just goes into the sheath very nicely like that. Okay, so let's see what else he got. Oh, also he's got this sheath right here on the back, and he have his other sword. This is a signature sword, also made of metal, and it's very nicely chrome. Also got the clan emblem right there. And yeah, this thing just looks super nice. I really like this sword, and it fits into the sheath. Let's see if I can get it in there like that. If you don't want to, whoops. There we go. Yeah, I should probably put him on the stand, just in case. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn him around again. See, the stand makes it so much more stable. He can stand on his own, but yeah. So let's go ahead and remove this katana right here, and let's go ahead and slide this one in there. Perfect. I wish you have come with 2 sheaths. That way you can store both weapons. But anyway, we also got these pouches on the back for the, I guess this one's for the magazine. I don't think they're actually velcroed, so I think it's just permanent. Yeah, and this one's like for an AR magazine, but he doesn't have an AR, so... Oh, what's cool is that he actually have a second sheath for the throwing knife. So that's actually very nice. Let's go ahead and get that one in there. I think I got it in the wrong way. There we go. And it held in there very securely. I really like that. His armor, it's a little bit finicky, to be honest with you. Basically, he has this rubber undersuit, and then the armor goes on top of it. So you want to make sure that the armor is like sitting properly on top of the rubber suit, so it won't look like all crooked and stuff like that. So you gotta fiddle around with it a little bit. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Okay, just gotta like make sure it's like, you know, it's lining up properly. And yeah, like I said, he's got this undersuit right there with the armor on top of it, and we have all these individual piece of armor right there. These are made of like rubbery plastic, very nice. Also got all the details right there, the elbow pads, the forearm, the arm guards right there, and we got the belt, we got the chest armor, got the head. The head is actually very nicely sculpted. It's like multiple pieces. They think it's like the base head. They wrap some cloth around it, wraps this part underneath, and then another piece go in front of it, and then there's a plastic piece that go on top of the head piece right here. I think this whole piece is like, yeah, it's made of multiple parts, and then the visor is like on the whole separate piece. So many parts that went into just the head sculpt right there. I think the paintwork for the hands are also pretty much perfect. I can't see any flaws in any of the hand options. Even the trigger finger, you can see the paint is very nicely done, even for you know, the parts are usually going to get covered up. So that's actually really nice. And what I don't like is this pouch right here. This thing, I think when it's like sitting in the package, it must have gotten like moved up like that. So yeah, probably gonna have to like glue it down or something using like fabric glue. But yeah, this is very nice. And we also got a zipper right there. Obviously you can tell that he's wearing like some sort of a military flight suit kind of thing. I like this design. This is pretty cool. Yeah, it's got the web belt right there, and then the vest is actually attached to the web belt right there. So that's very nice attention to detail. Kind of disappointed that he doesn't have a knee pad, but I think they were going for movie accuracy. And the boots are also very nice. Take a look at that. All right, so let's go over the articulation. So basically, underneath all the clothing, there's like a plastic body underneath. It's not like sculpted to human. No, the whole they didn't do like the whole human anatomy kind of thing. It's just like a base inner body for, you know, the purpose of articulation. Now you can't upgrade this guy using like TB leak bodies to make him more better articulated and maybe add some extra weight, but I think this is good enough. So anyway, start with the feet right here. The feet you can actually rotate. I think it's on the ball joint actually, so that's actually pretty cool. I mean, he's a ninja, so he should have very good articulation. Obviously, you've got the double jointed knee right there. I believe he's also got the thigh cut right there. Yep. And since he's wearing like this, like not like a rubbery suit, it's more like a cloth suit. I think he's got a little bit more articulation compared to other figures that using, you know, like rubber style suits or leather style suits. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he can't kick very high. I mean, that's to be expected. You know, these are the collectible figures. Most people just, you know, put them on display. Let's see. He does have waist articulation, although it is actually very hindered because of all the stuff that's attached to it. And yeah, so he's got the one waist joint right here, so he can do like looking back and forth. Doesn't look like he's got an ab crunch. And we have the shoulder joint right here. Looks like, yeah, it's fully articulated. Now, there is some rubber pieces, leather pieces right there, so that might hinder the articulation. Yeah, well, the armor also gets in the way, but it's free floating, so yeah, so, well, that's good. You can get the arm to go perpendicular, which is nice. And we have double jointed elbows. So that's very nice. Also, we got the bicep swivel right there. So that's also very nice. Yeah, there's like more details underneath the armor, which is very nice. And obviously, the hand is just a peg that goes into the forearm like that. And we got this hinge right here. I can demonstrate right here like that. Your typical, you know, 1/6 scale hand joint. So yeah, and then you can rotate the hand. Pretty cool. Head, I think the neck has a hinge right there, so you can go back and forth. And then the head sits on the ball joint, so you can rotate that. So yeah, this is a very nice figure. I know it's like 5 years old, but it's still pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and swap out the hands. Let's see, what do I want him to hold? Choices. I don't like that. I don't like that MP7. So let's go ahead and have him hold the katana. Let's grab one of this gripping hand right here. Plug this in. Push that in all the way. Okay, so like in order to get this out, you're really gonna have to fiddle around with it. Probably grab a plier and then just pop that out. That's just how it is. Okay, so go ahead and connect that right there. And let's grab this katana right here. Stick it into the hand like that. Raise the arm. There we go. It's not too hard to pose actually. This is not too bad. It's pretty good. Yeah, this figure, it's definitely really cool. I really like it. So there's him, and there's him next to the World Box Sub-Zero, another ninja in my collection. And let's see. I didn't get Sub-Zero's accessory out here, but anyway, this is a pretty nice figure because some really cool accessories. I really don't like this thing. I think they could have done a better job with the MP7, but everything else is pretty nice. And yeah, you want to make sure the stand is like properly, he's probably saddled onto the stand, otherwise he can still fall over. So there we go. That is nice. Okay, so we got plenty of hand options. We got two very nice katanas right there, and got a very nice FN FiveSeven pistol right there. And we got 2 throwing knives, which is also very nice. And yeah, I'm really digging the swords. So probably gonna stick this on the back here. If you can find this figure for anywhere between like $350 to $400, I definitely recommend picking it up. Even if you don't like G.I. Joe, if you just like a 1/6 scale figure, I'm sure you can customize it or something. Seeing the value on this figure is probably just gonna get higher and higher. The accessory is definitely outdated though, so just be aware of that. And yeah, that is pretty much it. This is the review on the Hot Toys Snake Eye from G.I. Joe Retaliation. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Thanks for watching.